MTDCNC are in Kent today. We're at MEP. Now this company manufactures predominantly for the aerospace and the defence industry. Over the past 5 years they've purchased 3 high value but premium and precision machine tools from Matsuura, the latest being an MX-330 multi-pallet machine. Let's go inside and have a conversation with Phil Hart, and he'll tell us why he invested in Matsuura's solutions. Phil, we're here at MEP in Kent. Now, to start with, I'm going to ask you what your name actually stands for as an acronym.
So a long time ago it stood for Moulded and Engineered Plastics, back in 1972. Over the years we've become more than just a moulding company. We do more machining than we do moulding these days. So we like to refer to MEP as making everything possible.
Do you think your customers would agree?
I'd like to think they would on the whole. So we try and deliver solutions rather than just machine bits.
And you now say that your machining has overtaken the mould side of your business. That's thanks to companies like Matsuura here, where you've installed their machine tools. In fact, we're going to look at 3 machines today, but the first of which, in my eyes, has to be one of the most impressive installations that you can actually have in the UK at the moment, this MX-330. Why did you choose it?
We were looking for a growth on our existing 5-axis capability, but also agility. So rather than making traditional batch production, we wanted to look at being able to make either 1 or 10 parts or anywhere in between in a lot shorter time frame.
It was interesting to me because I had a gentleman the other day say to me, well, I wouldn't be interested in that type of machine because I only do 20 offs, 30 offs, 40 offs. How wrong was he?
Yeah, I think you've got to look at it in a different way. You know, yes, you can do 1 offs, you can do 5 offs, but what you can also be doing is loading the other pallets with other jobs and get maximum benefit of the machine.
And the agility to you is about being able to change quickly, diversify into different components. But it is important to keep that spindle running, isn't it, to make the machine pay as well? Do you get both?
You do. The fact that you've got the flexibility with the machine to be able to set outside of the working area, it means the downtime on the spindle is minimal. The fact that we've utilised a standard approach to how we fixture everything means the changeover time is really short anyway, but it doesn't stop the spindle. So we get that piece-to-piece changeover really, really quickly.
Let's take the flexibility or push the flexibility to one side and talk about the machine itself, the 5-axis capability of this machine. How much has that impressed you as well?
It's really impressed us. We have a larger Matsuura 5-axis anyway, and we were pleased with the performance it gave us and the competitive advantage to being able to machine more features.
Would that also apply to the accuracy of the machine? Let's focus on the fact that you're working in the aerospace and the defence industry. They play major roles, don't they, in the parts that you have to produce?
Yes, yeah. The majority of what we do is aerospace and a lot of defence work, but nearly all of what we manufacture will fly, goes in aircraft. So yeah, it's critical.
The 520 itself is a single table machine. That was your first machine, wasn't it, that you purchased from, as we all know, Sausage, or we know him as Mark Cumberland, who is the local guy around here. When did that machine come in?
It's about 5 years ago. So yeah, it was probably quite a steep learning curve for us when it first came in. We've been doing 3 and 4-axis milling for a number of years, but it was definitely a step up to 5-axis. But
did you believe that you could be a Matsuura user at that time? Was it something you looked at and maybe thought it might have been out of your reach, or it was a bit of a leap too far on a 5-axis for you at that stage?
I think yeah, we had always looked at products we were making going, it's not really true 5-axis. Then a 5-axis machine is a 3 and 4-axis machine as well. So I think the point of where we really understood what the machine could do for us was not really focusing on our limitations of saying, actually, well, if we had a 5-axis, yes, we could do all our existing work, but it would open up new markets, and that's exactly what it's done.
How much of a contributor to the growth in your business have let's say these 2 machines on the milling side been for you in in the last 4 or 5 years since you've had the 520?
Oh, without a doubt. You know, in the years that I've been with the business, I've seen the machining side grow to the point, as I mentioned earlier, it's bigger than the moulding side now. And just our machining floor space is twice the size of our moulding floor space now.
Are you proud to be a Matsuura user and owner?
Yes. Yeah, we've always found the service very good. They're nice to deal with. If there are issues, every machine has issues, you can't shy away from it, but they're always dealt with professionally and quickly.
In fact, Colin mentioned to me, and I mentioned Sausage's name again, which is obviously Mark Cumberland for those that don't know. He said to me that the salesman is obviously one thing, and Mark does a great job in educating you guys here, but also the support he gets is unrivaled when it comes to if you have an issue, an applications discussion.
Yeah, the backup support, you know, it's not about how much a machine is. A machine that isn't working or through the learning curve I mentioned earlier, you don't know quite how to get working right. You need that support behind the scenes to help you get it up and running and doing what's there to do.